Let's talk about it. Focus on today because you're in that time.
That's what you can control today.
A lot of people say that, but do you really understand what you're saying? Tomorrow's not promised. So what are you doing today to make today valuable for you? Let's talk about it. Hey there, wonderful listeners. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Queen. Can you believe it? It's already 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. Time to dive into some excitement of fresh beginnings. Have you set any thrilling resolutions or ambitious goals for yourself? Or perhaps you're just looking for that reset button, a chance to hit the restart on your dreams and aspirations? Well, whatever you call it, resolutions, goals, or simply a do over, have you made that decision yet? The possibilities are endless and the energy is contagious. Let's make 2024 our year of triumphs and transformations. Now, for all you curious minds wondering about the difference, well, he's not here because he's out and about, orchestrating the day like a boss to create some serious positive vibes for his queen. Hey. Now, today I will be sharing my insights on the book titled How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell, one of my all-time favorites. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to make something crystal clear. This podcast is not sponsored by John C. Maxwell or any authors that the books that I'm speaking on or in the future about. And I am not here to read or teach his book. I may read a little here and there, but I'm not here to teach about his book. What you're about to hear are purely my personal insights and reflections on Maxwell's wisdom. Now, I totally believe in the power of sharing ideas. And let me tell you, Maxwell's work has been a significant influence on my own journey of growth. So consider this a friendly conversation where I'm sharing what resonates with me. Your thoughts and interpretations might differ, and that's completely okay. Take what you find valuable, leave what doesn't quite fit, and feel free to form your own opinions. This podcast is all about personal growth, and I'm excited to explore these insights with you today. Why you should change your thinking. That's what John C. Maxwell talks about first. Now, I'm going to read maybe 3 lines of the introduction part so you guys can see where I'm coming from and where I'm about to go throughout this entire episode of ours. I quote, "Good thinkers are always in demand. A person who knows how may always have a job, but the person who knows why will always be his boss. Good thinkers solve problems. They never lack ideas that can build an organization, and they always have hope for a better future." That's really good, huh? Now let's just jump right in. Now, picture this. In a world that's constantly evolving, where technology shapes our daily lives, the ability to adapt is more crucial than ever. Did you guys just hear that, or did it just go above your head? The ability to adapt is more crucial than ever. So our first point today is all about adaptability. Think about it. Those who resist change may find it challenging to keep up with the fast-paced digital landscape that we are in today. Think about it again. Social media platforms that were once at the forefront have transformed the way we connect, share, and consume information. If we do not adapt to these changes, what do you think is going to happen? our digital presence could fade. Consider this, consider the rise of e-commerce. E-commerce was mentioned years or decades ago. Some of us didn't believe it was going to happen, right? The way we shop have changed dramatically, all because of what? E-commerce. Remember? With a click of a button, we can have products delivered to our doorstep. Where did we see this enhance? During COVID, correct. Before COVID, we had all that already. But because of COVID, it enhanced dramatically. You guys know what I'm talking about. We can have products, any type of products delivered to our doorstep these days. Those who embrace this digital marketplace thrive, while others may find their traditional brick and mortar business struggling to keep up. Adaptability, guys. This is what it's talking about. Change your mindset. Why we need to change our mindset? We have to be comfortable with it. Now, let's talk about a different scenario, the workplace. A realm where remote collaboration tools and virtual offices have become the norm. Not just the work office, hospital visits, dental. I mean, you don't have to go in. You just can ask questions and virtually do that from the comfort of your own home. The ability to navigate this digital terrain is not just a convenience. It's a necessity for staying relevant in today's professional landscape. We have to keep up. And how do we keep up instead of talking about, oh, remember the good old days? Oh my gosh, things are changing. You know, this is nonsense. Sorry, guys, hate to break the news. If you want to keep up with everything, we have to change our mindset. Let's talk about a different scenario. What I'm doing right now. The podcasting realm itself is a prime example. The explosive growth of this medium has created a dynamic space for content creators. Those who adapt their content, engage with their audience, and leverage new technologies, they continue to flourish while stagnant podcasts risk fading into the background. The bottom line is this. The digital landscape is a playground for opportunities, but only for those who are willing to evolve, learn, and embrace the changes that come their way. Maxwell encourages us to embrace a growth mindset, fostering adaptability and continual learning. Remember, these are just my insights, just my thoughts. Talking to you guys about this. All right, listeners? Continue learning. It's a great thing to always learn. Just because you learn one thing today doesn't mean you stop learning. You gotta keep at it. Let's talk about overcoming obstacles. Life throws us challenges. Always. Life throws challenges our way all the time. From unexpected twists to downright roadblocks. And changing our thinking from victimhood to resilience can make all the difference. Did you hear me? Did you hear me though? Changing our thinking from victimhood, stop playing the victim, to resilience can make all the difference. Me personally is enough with the woe is me. Stop playing the victim. Figure out a solution. Be better, do better. Now let's just start with a simple, relatable scenario. Picture this. You're faced with a professional setback. Perhaps a project you poured your heart out. You put everything, your time and sweat. Took time away from being with your family. You stayed overnight. You stayed those long hours, right? That's you pouring out your heart, your soul, blood, everything. And it didn't pan out the way you hoped. And now you're sitting there wondering and thinking about it. You're basically at the crossroads. You're standing at a crossroads, and it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders because it didn't come out the way you wanted. But here's the beauty of the human spirit, the ability to overcome. Consider this setback as a roadblock, but as I'm sorry, let me restate. Let me restate this. Consider this setback not as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone, a blessing in disguise. Embrace the challenge and learn from it. What does that mean? Accept it. Accept what just happened. Okay, yes, we're gonna soak into it for a little bit. Oh man, should have done this. I should have never did this. Or you start questioning yourself. But what this is saying, what I'm saying, remember again, this is just my opinion. Embrace it. Embrace it. Think of blessings in disguise and learn from it. After all, some of the greatest success stories are woven from the fabric of setbacks. You guys understand that? It just don't take one try. It takes multiple and many tries. We talked about this in our previous episodes. You fail so many times, but you got to get up and move forward. And that's failing forward. That's also a term from one of John C. Maxwell books that I would love to talk about down the road. Failing forward is important. And this is basically where we're talking about right now, is learn from it. All right, let's shift gears to a personal realm. Like, imagine navigating a difficult relationship. It could be a friendship, a family tie, or a romantic partnership. Challenges arise, disagreements happen, and it feels like you're at an impasse. It feels like you're stuck. There's nowhere to go. You're at an impasse. But here's the secret sauce to overcoming relational obstacles: communication. Communication and empathy. Sometimes a simple conversation can bridge the gap and pave the way of understanding. Now, communicating is huge. A lot of us say the word communicate, but are you really communicating? Now, when I say communicating, are you connecting with that individual, whoever you're speaking to? Sometimes you're just communicating, but you're talking to the person, not even letting that individual put two words in, or you're forcing that person to listen to you communicate. Or when they communicate to you, you're not listening or connecting. You're already forming what you're about to say to relate to that individual. So communication is vital. Now, again, that's why I say John C. Maxwell is my all-time favorite. He has a book out there, communicating. I think it's communicating and connecting. I probably butchered the title. But he emphasized on connecting. Are you really connecting while you're communicating? The reason why I'm talking about this, the word communication, is because a lot of us love to say, we need to communicate more. Okay, let's communicate more, but let's make sure we are connecting. You are listening, you are hearing what I'm saying. Instead of just communicating, it means to get all your thoughts out and just pour it out. And then when it's my time to talk, you don't want to listen. I bet you y'all thinking about that right now, how it's happening. Because I know I am sometimes I fall into that, but I got to remind myself, I have to change my mindset, the way I think. I have to start thinking and have empathy for the person that I'm speaking to or the person speaking to me. Okay? So the secret sauce to overcoming relational obstacles or anything that you're dealing with, my opinion, and John C. Maxwell, what he teaches, but this is just him, but my opinion, communication and empathy. Sometimes a simple conversation can bridge the gap and pave the way for understanding. A lot of us like to wait until what, 2 weeks, a month, a year later to finally communicate what's been bothering you or what that person has said to bother you. When you let it compile that long, it's very toxic, correct? And the person already forgot. I mean, the person will understand why you're upset, but you have been holding it within, but you never communicated. If it happens right then and there, I highly recommend communicate immediately what the issue is or what the issues are. Okay. Sorry, I'm just on this communication because it's very important that we understand that we need to connect while we're communicating. So, like I said, a simple conversation can bridge the gap and pave the way for understanding. Empathy, the ability to see things from another's perspective. That is very important. Your way is not always the right way. That person's way is not always the right, but seeing things from another perspective can be the key to unlocking solutions. Let's just go on to the next one. The world of entrepreneurship. Sorry, that's a big word. I mean, it's a long word, but we all know what entrepreneurship is. Now, picture a startup facing financial turbulence. The path to success is rarely a straight line. We all know that. It's not a straight shot. Just think of when it says not a straight line, the squiggly, squiggly, dive, squiggly, then you go, up and down, up and down. That's just the truth of it. So it's rarely a straight line, and financial challenges can seem so great. But let me tell you, innovation and strategic thinking can turn the tide. I love this. Think outside the box. Today is the time to think outside the box. 2024. What can I do to do better? What can I do to make things happen for me? Little things. Start with little things. You don't have to be grand. But pivot your approach. And that's me. And what I'm talking about is pivot and think outside the box. One thing you can look into is seek mentorship on what you're trying to accomplish. So when you seek mentorship, make sure you're seeking the right person. Seek the individual that you know that has gone through the path of where you're trying to go, and go talk to that person. Do not go to a football coach when you're trying to learn how to be the best softball player ever. Two different things. Go to someone who's running a successful restaurant, let's say restaurant business. Don't go to the one who went bankruptcy in maybe a year because they, made some wrong decisions. Or they could be good too, but they don't have that business anymore. You probably learn from their mistakes. So seek mentorship. Make sure it's the right one. Do research, do background, just ask around, do your research when you seek mentorship. Now, these are the tools that transform financial obstacles into opportunities for growth. So whether you're facing a career setback, a personal challenge, or a business hurdle, remember this. Obstacles are not roadblocks. They are invitations to grow, learn, and become a stronger version of yourself. Maxwell emphasizes the importance of building a positive culture where leaders recognize and celebrate achievements, fostering a motivated and engaged team. Let's picture this: a workplace where enthusiasm is contagious, where collaboration is second nature. Doesn't that sound beautiful already? And knowing that each individual feels valued. That's the result of positive workplace culture, a concept championed by leaders like John C. Maxwell. So, how do we bring this positive energy into different areas of our lives? Let's start with business. I love business because business to me is the place to be, being your own boss, you know? So, before I go to the left, to the right, all over about the business, but let's just stick to what I need to stick to. In the business world, a positive culture is not just about perks, it's about fostering a sense of purpose. Do you hear that? A sense of purpose. Now, imagine a company where employees are not just a machine, but contributors to a shared vision, recognizing and celebrating achievements, big and or small, creates a culture where everyone feels like they're part of something meaningful. Recognizing and celebrating achievements, big or small. Celebrate the little things. Celebrate the little goals within your business. That's what this is about. Like me, this what, episode 4? Guess what? Episode 5, I'm going to celebrate every achievement. Episode 10, 15, 20. Because guess what? Because I'm just moving forward, being consistent. I'm going to celebrate these small little victories. They mean a lot. Well, let's shift our gears to about family. Building a positive family culture involves, here comes that word again, open communication, support, and shared values. Communication, support, and shared values. Imagine a home where everyone feels heard. That's huge. Feeling heard, not ignored. Imagine a home where everyone feels heard, where challenges are faced as a united front. When one person has a problem, we attack it together. That's why it's important to communicate. That's just my personal feeling. That's just my take, okay, guys? Where challenges are faced as a united front and where love and encouragement are the guiding principles. Encourage, love. We put that in front as our guiding principles. I'm sure we can make things happen, right? Something to think about. Going back to teams, whether in the workplace or, on the field, we're still talking about thriving in a positive culture. It's about creating an environment where individuals feel safe to express their ideas. Work, home, business, you name it. A positive team culture is basically a breeding ground for innovation and success. Like I said, positive culture isn't limited to professional settings. It also extends out to the communities. Now let's look at a community where neighbors support each other, where differences are celebrated, and where everyone plays a part in creating a safe environment for the neighborhood kids. Imagine that. Remember, the principles of positive culture are universal. It's about fostering an environment where individuals feel empowered, appreciated, and inspired to be their best selves. How do we create that positive culture? It's our choice. It's the way we think. So if you pick and choose, you want to be in a positive arena or you want to be in a negative. So again, it's about how you think. Very important. Now let's talk about leadership skills. Now, mind you, we're just talking about scenarios of things where you're put in place, or where you ask yourself the question, or what we're talking about in this book is basically why we should change the way we think. Now let's go to leadership skills. This is a topic that is close to Maxwell's heart, and also obviously this is close to my heart because of what I do, before I retire. I do a lot of leadership training and within my field of work. So this is why I love talking, or no, I love reading John C. Maxwell's book. Effective leaders are those who continuously learn and adapt their style to the needs of their team and organization. This is important. If this had just went over your head, I need you to come back and just listen once again. Effective leaders are those who continuously learn. What is John C. Maxwell talking about continuously learn? Is you're not you want to be that person who is hungry for new information or for more information. Looking into other things, how this work, how did this happen, how did you get there, and why did we do that to get here and instead of this? You're not going to just learn from one person or one book or go to one convention. It's a continuously going after the information. Okay? That's why it's very important to always be willing to learn. Adapt your style to the needs of your team and or organization. Lifelong learning is a cornerstone of personal development. Those who value continuous growth are better positioned for success. I'm going to read that again. Those who value continuous growth are better positioned for success. Maxwell encourages a mindset that sees each day as an opportunity to learn something new. Every day is a new day, and I know you're going to learn something new every day if you allow. Now, finally, let's talk about setting and achieving goals. In the beginning of this episode, I mentioned, what are your goals? Have you decided? 2024, are we going to do the reset button? Whatever it is, what are we doing about it? So, a shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is crucial. Does that make sense? A shift, we must make a shift from a fixed mindset, a mindset where you're just set in stone, you're not willing to learn, move forward, to a growth mindset is vital. Maxwell believes that those who believe in their ability to learn and improve are more likely to set and achieve ambitious objectives. That's powerful. That's very powerful. And there you have it. There you have it, my dear listeners. The transformative power of changing our thinking as inspired by the teachings of John C. Maxwell. Remember, in a world that's always changing, the ability to adapt, overcome challenges, build positive relationships, and continuously learn are some of the keys to personal and professional success. All we have to do is shift the mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth. And it begins with a choice. Either the choice is now, tomorrow, or never. If you keep putting it off, you're just going to prolong your blessings. That's just my personal feelings, okay? Those are my insights, my thoughts. But think about it. Are you going to start today, or let me just wait till I start tomorrow? You know what? I'm too tired. I'm so tired coming home from work, tired from coming home, just driving to home, back and forth, the kids' soccer, football game. You're so busy. Remember, you control your time, you control your life. So when are you going to start? When are you going to start that? Draw the line. Whatever goal you have that you want to do better or make better decisions, whatever you're planning to do, make that decision. And before you change why we should change our way of thinking, you have to make the choice to change the way you think. It's a choice. You have a choice. Don't say you don't have a choice. So that's it, folks, for now. I want to say thank you. A little shout out to those who responded and commented on Let's Talk About It. I believe a little shout out to Miss Trinity. Thank you for commenting and sending a message. And also to Miss Leka Pohahau. Thank you so much for the nice comment and sharing briefly about, what you're currently doing. So yeah, if you have any topics you want to talk about, just leave a message, continue to write. If there's books out there that you would like me to read that I probably haven't read, let me know. And then, there might be future segments out there that, the kids book. There's a lot of kids book out there, with growth and positive. I'm gonna start looking into those. I want to add those to the segment thanks to recommendations from my brother Guy and Punimoa. I love that. So a little shout out to my WEFOBZ. Love you guys. And also to the whyuce, Chief Lot, Punimoa. And lastly, thanks for joining me on Let's Talk About It. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to leave us a review. Again, until next time, keep evolving, keep growing, and keep changing your thinking for the better. I said better. Better. Peace.